Ladies and gentlemen, this is the wrap-up of an incredible meet, and I am honored to have celebrities here for the wrap-up. Starting on this side, Pete Allum, Dennis Praet, David Grauwels for NSL Live Talk, and it's all over. Where shall we begin? Let's begin with the competitors, which is Pete. Quick summary of your competition experiences.
Great competition, a lot of people in a pretty small space. I was interested to see how airspace were going to manage this situation, having seen them run the smaller competition. And so from a competitor side, I think they did pretty good considering. I mean, putting up the extra tents, although the weather tried to knock it down the other day. So from the competitor side, they did the best they could with the situation. And personally, I had a fantastic competition with my team. As you know, we had Dave coaching us. It was our second competition. We made a nice improvement in our point average. The team felt calm, focused. What more can a boy ask for?
And you had a good battle with for the bronze medals.
Yeah, we did. We actually, because we had to bring it back a little bit. We were a little bit lower, and then the last few rounds we started to get close. We had them a little worried, which was nice.
We'll ask the coach soon, but let's first move to the next competitor, active competitor here. Not you.
Wait till next week.
Next week I'm back.
That's right. Dennis, how was everything for you?
Yeah, I think it was like Pete said. I think airspace managed it well. The weather wasn't coping with them. Like, I mean, we had some terrible weather here. Which is,
that's the right word for it.
Some really terrible weather, but no, I mean, the competition has been run very, very smoothly, and I think everybody it was also very easy to follow when you're in, when you're out. You had enough break to prepare your jumps, and no, it was really good. For Hayabusa, it's been a nice stepping stone from the nationals from 2 weeks ago. I think if I only look average-wise, then we went from a 28 to a 31, which is a nice improvement for
a nice little improvement.
31. I mean
2 weeks.
30.9, let's say.
5 more weeks and the world champion.
Yeah. No, but I think it's not easy to step into a team as Hayabusa, especially if you have to take somebody that comes from like Neil, that's from a lower level, switching slots and taking the center as well for Mike. No, my hats off to them. I mean, it's like I said, it's not easy to be in Hayabusa, and I might be the more severe guy within the team, but if you look at it in hindsight, it's we're on our way.
Let's ask the former competitor, the future competitor, and the inside center for Hayabusa. How is the new guy in your slot doing?
Well, eventually really well, because I was looking at it. I couldn't look so many jumps from the side because I was busy trying to organize my teams that I was coaching. But yesterday I saw some videos from Dennis's father on the Facebook, and I have to say I was more than impressed with how it looked like from the side, because I'm always a fan of trying to fly as flat as possible, and maybe I was a little bit too harsh on the French on our last NSL talk. But it was my feeling, and so I was looking at it from the side, and disregard the speed that they have or do not have, or the confidence that they have and do not have, the way that they were flying flat, I really enjoyed. So yesterday evening I was looking in my bed, looking through the videos, and I think like, yeah, we're on track. So the only thing that we need to do is actually keep on trusting the process, and now with Neil slow it down again to eventually build it up again.
What is the, I'm naming it again, the elephant in the room? What is Arizona airspeed? What are you saying about their performance? Are they catchable for anybody? Are they in striking distance for anybody at the moment, or are they gone?
I think from what I've seen, I think I saw from airspeed, I think they had like the best performance in an indoor meet that I've ever seen from them. And that airspeed would definitely be in the game with the old Hayabusa, let's say, you know. And I think, are they catchable at the minute for any team now? No. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't visualize catching them in the future.
He agrees.
No, there's just to echo what Dave was saying before. They're a pleasure to watch. I know my team. We came out in the last couple of rounds. We were a little more relaxed. We were starting to look at teams and just watching them on level. You're just like, wow, that's how I want to fly. That was really cool.
Well, you are flying like that. if they would have taken you and not Neil, I guess they would build you up.
I mean, but just the way that airspeed are just flying on a level, how smooth everything is, how minimal pitch is going on.
It's
absolutely sign of the times.
Sure. I had my talk with Meraki as well, and because they were telling me we've seen the last jump, and I said it should be an example for the whole community to watch them from the side, because what they eliminate, what I like so much is a lot of pitching, forward, backward. The pitching, the side pitching, that's totally gone, and the whole team goes up together and comes down together, or the whole piece goes up together and comes down together. There's not one that actually dives down or knees goes down. That's out of the question, and I think that gives them also the confidence, and that will make them more. That will allow them to grow more quicker, and just like Dennis said, I think every team at the moment should be really afraid of airspeed and what they're capable of doing. Are they untouchable? Nobody is. Not us in the good days, and also not airspeed in the nowadays.
It's a good way how to say it. There is no. I mean, if airspeed is doing it, why cannot somebody else do the same thing?
It makes it more doable when you're flying like that as well. It makes it more achievable. But I mean, for airspeed to stay on top, they have to stay together. And then Dave mentioned it to us, and I totally agree. It's not just about how well you start on, it's keeping that group together for the right amount of time.
Well, we saw that recently with Hayabusa, right? What is the difference? All of a sudden, and the higher you get, the better you are, the more the difference it makes when you're switching a person. Pretty amazing. It seems like the audience sees and appreciates that too. I've never seen or heard so much agreement in the audience when it was airspeed time. Looks like there was no separation of the audience. It was everybody was evenly impressed. Did you see that too? Feel that?
I'd like to hear what the French have to say about it.
Yeah, but even then, that's what I mean. So there is that kind of divide a little bit is often there.
But I think it's also a welcome that there is another team on top level, on the top of the ranking, because it's been us for a very long time, and I've always felt that should not be the case. It was not our mistake that nobody could have beaten us, but now there is new wind. It's a new team. There's a new spirit. Everything feels new, or however for us it's still the same team as it was in the past, but there is a new wind through the building, and I think that's also why airspeed is getting so much attention, and it's very welcome also for me to see that there's somebody else now, because it's easy. I mean, no, don't get me wrong, it's easy to become number one. It's much more harder to stay number one.
I think that's true, and it's in each sport. The guy coming from behind always has a target and knows how to get there, and the team on the top has a hard time to maintain it. Absolutely true. I wish we had Gary here so we could ask him to compare how the Qatar Tigers fit into this picture here now, because that's basically the only other top team that is missing. I don't think Russia has an outdoor four-way team on the top level. They have 8-way women, but not really in four-way open. So the Qatar Tigers are actually the only missing team. But we cannot ask him because he's already in the Netherlands. He had to leave earlier. So let's talk about the two other events. Four-way women. Dennis, probably you are married to a former Nefties member.
Yes.
So you know probably more about them. Hello, Matthias. You want to join?
Come on in.
Okay. Matthias Nord was just walking by. Also one of the most experienced guys on there. Okay, so
AKA
let's Let's start with four-way women. What do we see?
Well, we saw a very new French team. Again, maybe not the competitors that are in it.
3 world champions together of 200.
Yeah. But like all, if you like check the slots, they're all in different slots. Like Pamela has always been front piece. Now she's doing an inside center. Then you have the younger girls in there. Like this lineup only trained together, from what I heard, 10 hours, and it is again, from what I heard, a short-term lineup. So they only go, they stop tunnel now. They go to Eloy, and then that's it. So for them to go up against a Czech team, those girls come up from juniors. We've seen them do already incredible flying and stuff. So for me, that the Czech win against the French with a low-level team is no surprise at all. I wasn't surprised. I knew these girls fly really well, and they have so much more potential that they can extract from that team for sure. So it was a well-deserved winner in my eyes, because they've been going at it for a long time, and I know that group sticks well together. They're very motivated. So yeah, it was a nice battle, and then at the end you could see who the favorite was. So I think my hats off goes to the Czech, also to the French, because with 10 hours to go away with silver against a team that's been going for a while already is nothing to be ashamed of.
You won a bronze medal in four-way women.
Yeah. It's been a year, I guess, since I've been working with Praet, and it's always been a tough battle in between the two German teams. And now in the last few times, I think when the battle came, Praet was always ahead. But now, looking at the scores, once in a while they ran away, then they became closer again, then ran away, and then at the end there was enough distance to take the podium. So I think for myself, job well done. And of course the ladies had to do it. I just gave the information. They had to do it, and eventually they succeeded. So I'm very happy for them, because it's such a great group to see them together. Despite skydiving and flying and technique or whatever, how they are together, I like it.
Are you ready for
It's
the
nice.
dancing tonight? You know that
I tried to escape earlier.
you know what's happening with Peter Rock or
Oh,
Chicas
for
or so,
sure.
right? And
They can lose members tomorrow morning, and then they have to call and find them, and then they're somewhere else. I can understand. Yeah. No, I leave.
put your dancing shoes on.
No.
You mentioned the Czechs, and I just feel like the Czechs is a place to be looking right now, right?
They are the winning nation in
That's what I'm saying.
horizontal formation.
And I think Jan Tucker, Geza, he is a hero in my mind. He has sacrificed his personal ambition, his personal life, his business, and he's put so much energy and time into Czech flying and skydiving. Jan, you rock, you're a rock star. And so the Czech teams, watch this space.
And they have a new junior team already now following in the steps of the Cubs.
It's great.
He's building up, and then the next chameleons, the bronze medal winner in the third place, they are already there. And then they have the little miniature.
Very tiny one, yeah.
Dennis?
No.
You mean? Oh, okay. Bigger than Dennis.
Bigger than me. Not that hard. The smaller you spin, the quicker you spin.
Yeah.
So now we are at the juniors already. So we just covered the women actually, which are relating directly because the Cubs are the former four-way junior winners of 2019. So now let's talk about the rest of the juniors.
Well, I feel for one sad in a way that there were only 2 max.
Yeah.
It should have been 4. Then we at least had definitely the World Cup winners, and I think now they're only the champions.
Well, we had 5 actually with two Russian teams.
Yes. So I feel sad that some necks fall apart, and I personally strongly suggest to other countries or other necks to come up with your own juniors. And it's a sport that is developing. You can do it from early on, a young age, and I'm really cheering to see more young people in the tunnel. I'm definitely a fan.
Well, here speaks the Belgian IPC delegate to the audience, I guess, right?
It's another hat, okay?
Yeah.
No, true, exactly. Yeah.
So that's encouraging and inspiring what we see here, and hopefully It's difficult, I believe, because they need guidance and leadership. Because in our ages, we are forming our own teams and manage them, obviously. But in that age, you need the guidance and the leadership, and that's what we don't have yet, except for Jan Klapka and Marin Ferré,
Mathieu Bernier.
Mathieu Bernier, right? So he's involved in the juniors.
Yeah. Mathieu does everything for the French FS
Federation.
Yeah.
So what's the near future for Meraki?
Yeah, we just made plans. We're going to continue for at least one more season. We're going season by season. And if it's fun for all of us, then we're going to keep it.
One season means winter season, indoors.
Well, we're only an indoor team. Unfortunately, we have some issues that we can't play outside, but the plan is UK Nationals are in November again. There's another UK Nationals, so we'll put our focus right there.
And then then possibly or probably the next winter world.
Exactly. Well, let's put one competition in front of the other.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
So Dennis goes back to Hayabusa work, I guess, and joining forces again.
Yeah.
Well, starting from tomorrow, I'm an athlete again. So
Yeah, so now Neil goes into boot camp, which is mandatory, and I think it's the best timing as well for him to do it now. So the later it would fall, the worse it would be for us. So let him do his 3 months now, and then he's just a full-time member. But this is also a great, if you look at it on another perspective, it's a great opportunity for Mikey to have, no disrespect to Neil, but a solid inside center in front of him, so he can work his slot a little bit better and more in detail for 3 months, and then Neil comes back and Mike is more prepped,
shaped.
Yes, because now he has an opposite. Now he has an opposite that we're working as well, and it's sometimes not a fair assessment of his job as an outside center. So that would be good. That would be good to try to extract as much as possible out of that as well. Not only looking at SISM, but actually using Dave also for the future.
not all the future in David.
That was news today.
That was,
No.
You
Using
misspelled
Dave, using Dave for Mike.
Yeah, for the future of Neil.
For the future of Mike and Neil on the center.
Do you feel like a tool, like kind of a...
Hey man,
you
you pick me up, you put me there, you pick me back up, you put me there. However, I would rather stay there, but now, I mean, duty calls, let's say. And also, you know what, I mean, when I quitted the team, I never felt that I was already over the top. I just looked more forward into my career. So I should be able to still do it. I mean, I still like it. I still enjoy it. And I'm really looking forward, if the weather is good, to train in Belgium. If the weather is not good, I think everybody will feel crappy.
Now, finally,
yeah. 2 days ago the tent was almost gone, but now it starts to look.
Wasn't it you were in Rijeka
up.
probably?
Yeah. I was also there. And
then in Gera, and then in Mobility. We're talking about weather catastrophes and the world meets in 2004.
We do like indoor meets in Northern Europe. Let's just leave it at that, everyone.
Yes. There is a reason why we do it in April or March and not in July.
All right, let's leave it here. Thank you very much.
Keep up the good work, Kurt.
I will try. I'll do my best. Thanks. And we'll see you soon in Eloy. Probably not, Pete. Are you going to Eloy?
Nope.
Possibly no.
I've decided not.
Okay. But
I will be there. If he goes, I go.
I guess so. Huh?
Yeah.
I guess if he goes,
then you go back to the next.
Yeah, then I'm back. Hopefully, I'm pushing my 2 buttons on.
That's your job.
That's my job. For now, not anymore, but then in 3 months, yes.
Thanks, Kurt.
Kurt, thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you for joining. It was a pleasure.
Yeah,
And we'll see each other very soon, I think.
Thank you.